Welcome to the channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make a jig to make wedges. Obviously in woodworking you need these for all sorts of things, framing, door frames. I've recently used these when I was doing my ceiling, replacing the lath ceiling. I battened over the top of it with plasterboard, but it was a bit wafty, so I needed to make some wedges to take up the slack, get it nice and level. But there's an easy, really simple way. I've seen a lot of people make some really elaborate and really nice looking jigs for making these wedges, but this one's probably going to be the simplest one you'll ever make, and it's completely customizable to any sort of degree you want. So I'm going to do that, but also I've seen this thing with copper pipe. We're going to do an experiment with copper pipe. There's another string to this video. So wedges, copper pipe, see what we can do with that. I'm using a bit of 2x6. Now, it's not pretty, as you can see. This was something I used for shuttering, but it is flat. You don't want anything with a bow or a cup or any sort of twists to it. You want it to sit nice and flat. We're going to be using the table saw, so we want this to sit on there and run through nice and not be wafty and make a little twist to our wedges. We want our wedges to have a nice flat contact area. This jig is going to be really, really easy. It's so quick and simple, it's ridiculous. Like I say, there's some elaborate ones out there which are nice, but they don't need to be, especially if you want to make one almost disposable. So we're going to have a look at this as well, run this alongside in this video. Copper pipe. Now this is a 22mm, and I've seen a guy do this and it's got me so intrigued. I've got to try it, because I just happen to have a scrap bit of copper pipe and a water trough. It's gone green, so let's see if this can fix it. Hopefully you can see the colour of that, but it's pretty murky. Now the idea is as simple as this: a couple of bits of copper pipe and drop it in the water, and then what we'll do is every day for the next week, this is key to this video, this is where I could fail, if I come out and check and see what it's doing, because at the moment it looks like pea soup. You can't see the bottom, it's pretty grim, but we'll come back and we'll check and see what progress that's making while we make these wedges. So I'm going to trim this down, and I'm going to make mine 1 foot long, or 300mm, and that's because it fits in my table saw. You don't want it too short that it doesn't sit nice and flat and give you something to grab hold of. What we're going to do now, we're going to mark out our wedge shape. Now if you've got an existing wedge you want to replicate, easy, put it on there, draw around it, cut it out. Right, so I'm going to draw a line. This is going to be the base or the foot of our wedge. It's going to push against, so we want to leave a fair bit of material here because we don't want this being weak. Draw a line there, and then I'm going to make mine 20mm to there. So this is 48 hours. Doesn't really look much difference that I can see. I'm going to make it 200mm long. Right, so 20mm that way, 200mm that way. Now I need to set our angle. You can do this on the miter saw, use your degree there, or you can draw it if you've got an angle finder. Quickest way is just to set it. I set this to 5 degrees, and that gives us a nice shallow angle that it's not too weak, but it's also not too steep. It's going to try and push itself out. And then we'll just sit this in here, line up our 200mm mark. We're just going to take the bulk of it out with this. I'm just making it easy for myself. I'm going to take there's our basic shape. Where are we? 96 hours, day 4. Oh, I don't know if that looks a bit clearer. I can see these bit more of these twigs. Or is that just wishful thinking? Right, day 4. Right, and there's our jig. So this is 11 days, and apparently every couple of weeks you're meant to fish them out. But it still looks pretty green. I'm not putting my hands in there. There. Oh, I can feel it. There it is. Well, it looks pretty clean. The idea is to clean it. Oh, well, that looks alright. I mean, the other thing is it's sitting in silt. Should I? Let's give it a stir. I'm going to give it a couple of days. I want to try and get that poking out actually, because is it that it's sitting in? Is there all sorts of horrible stuff in the bottom there? Look. Dead grass and whatever. It might not give a true, you know what I mean, if it's sitting in silt. Let's leave that up there, see if that stays there, and at least if it stays. Right, that's obviously pea soup now. Let's see what happens. I'll give it a few more days. Right, so we've made the jig. The good thing about this is you could have one angle here, another angle over there, so you got 2 for 1 there. Now I've set the fence you want to set it so it's just touching. Remember, this is going to go through the saw. The first pass is going to true it up, but this is our this is what I'm going to make the wedges out of, or the shims out of. This is slightly smaller than 200. I'm going to mark this with a face just to make it easier to remember, because we need to rotate this every cut. First one in now. So that's our first wedge. Now we need to rotate this and it will sit in there nice and flat. If we don't, we'll have like this waft the end. It's not going to affect the way it really works, but if we rotate it, it just sits nicer. We'll do another one. And there we go. It's really that simple. 2 wedges, and they're all going to come out the same. You can just keep going. You can get right down. If you set this width right, you'll get near enough all of them. There'll be hardly any waste at all. But that's just a scrap bit of 2x6, another scrap bit of 2x6. As long as it's flat, you make your wedges, and these are a lot easier to use than like the plastic packer wedges you can get, because it's infinitely adjustable. You don't go up in increments, it's just infinitely adjustable. Slide it in, drill through it, trim the ends if you need to. Boom. There's no width restriction. If you want to put a thin piece of material in this or a thicker bit, you can, as long as it's sitting or it's being held and not bending over. Some of them have, or that I've seen made, have like a lid on it. It kind of stops you. The material's got to be that thick and no thicker. This you could always double it up on it almost, you know, something a lot thicker if you needed a wider wedge, or you had some scrap material that's funny sizes. Simple, scrap bit of 2x6. But how did the copper pipe get on? Oh, this is nearly 3 weeks later. It's not doing much. So I think I've seen a lot about this recently. I don't think there's any strength to the argument, or I don't think there's any facts in it, because look at that, it's green as anything, and it's not that much water, is it? I think that's conclusive proof that it doesn't work, or it doesn't work in any time soon anyway. But there we go. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.